So gene therapies are redefining what is possible in treating a range of life-threatening and life-limiting genetic conditions. But these groundbreaking therapies are challenging to implement. They require innovation in health systems, from how they're financed and regulated, to how they train their workforces, and ultimately how they operate and deliver health services.
And 80% of rare diseases have genetic origins, and 50% of these actually occur in children, as the genetic diseases tend to be. Now, the challenge is that diagnosis can take up to 8 years. Although few data are available, an estimated 10 to 30% of infant deaths in low and middle-income countries are estimated to be due to rare diseases. So the problem is very large, and this has burden on the individuals, on their families, huge burden on the health system, as well as broader societal burden, both in terms of health, in terms of psychological, emotional, and mental burden on patients and their families. And there are about 2,000 clinical trials currently looking to develop solutions for managing these rare conditions. So there's a huge wave coming through. And in terms of health system, we think of three important functions. One is policy making and governance and the data that we collect. Secondly, financing. Third, resource management. And fourth, these functions that are used to produce a set of outputs, service delivery. All of these need to change to effectively manage rare diseases, but also the innovations that are coming through. The big question is, how are we going to pay for this? Are the health systems ready for this?
Imagine a world in which health systems are ready for gene therapies, or perhaps even beyond, for personalized treatments. We truly will need multidisciplinary international teams. We need to share the tasks. We need to share the knowledge. We need to share results from assessments instead of redoing everything ourselves. To bring this wave to all humans so that no one is really left behind.
I think as the leading private sector DFI, IFC, and as the leading DFI, the World Bank, we have an ability to be a catalyst, to really sit down with government at very early stage and ministries of finance together with ministries of health and really set the roadmap to say, if we want this to be a reality, if we want the reimbursement systems, the paying system, the demand side to work, what do we need to do today? And we try to play that role as best as we can, consistently. I think gene therapy, although it might seem novel, for me is not something that should be considered a luxury. This kind of very preventative type of therapies and solutions are going to be critical.
Now, the question to the audience is, are we doing enough to save the children that are already born? And can we do a better job in diagnosing these genetic conditions and treating them early so that these children have a great life?
In the end, it's the leadership in this room that matters, that helps us to co-collaborate, co-create, and converge to take this to where it needs to go to. So I know we're dealing with 21st century medicines in healthcare systems that were designed for chronic therapy, but I believe there's a will and we'll find a way.
I mean, it does seem quite evident that there are solutions. There are solutions to the challenges that we described. They exist across each of the pillars of the health system, from governance to financing, manufacturing, health system infrastructure, and service delivery, and of course, the workforce. But we need to have an investment mindset, because it is an investment. It's an investment in the health of our population, in the prosperity of our society, and the overarching well-being of our populations.